All right, put a few more rounds in it. Let's see if I can get the other 3. One, 2. Hit that one. Oh, you Bama. There we go. All right, so that's with iron sights, not sighted in at all. At about, yeah, I'd say about 60 to 70 yards. Not bad for a 9mm rifle. We are back doing a video. This is going to be a semi-quick video, not too in-depth. I'm sure there's tons of other videos about this firearm that you can find out online. Tons of other people have already reviewed it. I'm going over my specific thoughts on this thing. But before we get into all that, at the end of the video, I will announce the contest winner from the previous video. So for the $10 Amazon gift card, I will let you know who the winner is, and I'll get their shipping information, and we'll get that all situated. For those of you who are concerned about not winning, or the ones who entered and were waiting patiently, all you have to do to get into the second round, which would be in this video, the second round of the giveaway, another $10 Amazon gift card, is first and foremost, you have to be a subscriber, so make sure you hit that subscribe button down there. That's the first thing you got to do. And then if you want to be entered in the contest, hit that like button down there, the little thumbs up, give us a thumbs up, and then leave a comment on the video. Any comment will do, just leave a comment on the video. And you will be entered to win the $10 Amazon gift card for round deuce. Alright, so today we're going to go over what I consider to be either a truck gun or a zombie apocalypse gun. This is the High Point carbine, the 9mm carbine. It's the 995. I think this is the TS model, or their newer model. Yeah, this thing is pretty sweet. This is a $250 gun. $254, I think, is what it averages new, which means that you can get it used substantially cheaper than that. But for being a 9mm carbine, this is about as bargain friendly as you're really going to get. I mean, it's got a lot of cool features with it. I bought this basically just to kind of go out and plink with it, and I wasn't really taking it seriously just because it's a High Point, and you hear a lot of negative reputation about the High Point, and because it's the pistol versions of all their guns are very clunky and kind of dorky looking, and they're made of like some sort of zinc alloy, so they're not exactly the most durable, rugged guns. But one of the things that commonly gets passed over on these guns, specifically this brand, High Point, is that they have a lifetime warranty. Whatever happens to the gun, whatever kind of damage, no matter who owns it, there's no stipulation that you have to be the first buyer of the gun. It's anybody who owns the gun. If you have an issue with it, you send it back to High Point and they will fix it for free. So there's definitely that, and with that warranty alone, why wouldn't you buy one? They're freaking sweet. I mean, it's maybe not the most attractive gun, or maybe a heavy gun, or may not have the best parts, but at least you know that you're going to get a solid warranty with that. And that's something that's like time tested and proven. I haven't heard any negative experiences otherwise. So if you do have a negative experience, please leave that in the comments so other people are aware. But anyway, this is the 9mm version. They do make a 40 and a 45. I think they just started making the 380 model. So I don't, relatively speaking, I really dig the 9mm caliber per se. Like that's my go-to round. I love it. I have 45 stuff. I haven't really made the purchase into the 40 caliber market yet, just because I don't really like the snappiness that I get from shooting most 40 pistols. But as far as this is concerned, this thing is just a beast. I really enjoy it. I took it out the other day and I was just plinking away, shooting through it, and I was having a lot of fun with it. And you can see in some of the videos, I'll add one, up there in the top so you can see the situation with it. But overall, rugged design. I mean, look at this thing. It has Picatinny rails all over it. Now, in fairness, these rails are hardened plastic. They're not metal like a lot of the ones you would see on like an AR-15 or some other rifles. This one's just like a hard plastic. But it's a tough looking kind of rugged gun. I don't know if you can see all the texturized finish on it. It is pretty killer. I'm definitely digging that. It's got these kind of clunky iron sights, typical to go with High Points. You can remove most of this stuff though, so I wouldn't really be concerned about that. These iron sights are actually pretty practical, I'm going to say, for the most part. I don't know, it's going to be hard to show on camera, but Let's see if I can get that in there. Relatively, I mean, it's really not a bad sight for what it is. I mean, you're paying $250 for this gun. Now, I bought this because, honestly, I'm kind of nervous to purchase the gun I really wanted. That's a 9mm carbine or carbine pistol, whatever you want to call it, which would be the H&K MP5. That's a super pricey gun, and that's kind of the thing that's coming back in style right now is 9mm pistol carbines. Like I think SIG makes the MPX and CZ makes the Scorpion, and those are really cool guns, but this one is so much cheaper than those. Like, for example, the CZ Scorpion is like $800, and that comes with nothing. You get 2 magazines that are 20 round, and I think that's it. You don't even get the SIG brace or anything like that. So you're spending $800 on it. That's so much more pricey than this. This was $250. And let's see, I think the MPX is retailing at $1,600. And then there is a clone by MKE that I'm really digging right now, and that is basically the MP5 version. That thing is $1,700. It's like $1,700. That's just a lot of money. So for me to kind of make that leap into something that I really, really want was, it's hard for me to spend that money, because if you've been watching these videos, you know I like budget stuff. So this did the trick for me for the time being. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. Now, given the fact that it has this rugged design and it's a really cool plinking gun, there are some negative things about it, and then a lot of people have their own opinion on it. I have a few of the same opinions, but there's also some other stuff about it that I have recently discovered I wasn't too fond of. But just to get into the normal stuff, this magazine, you only get one magazine when you buy it for $250, and you just get this standard 10-round magazine. They do not make the High Point itself, they do not make extended magazines. So if you were looking to get something that's like a 30-rounder, I think that the Pro Mag one that they make, there's a Pro Mag aftermarket magazine that you can get. It's extended, and it is 25 rounds, I think, maybe 20. But from what I'm told by High Point when I called them, there's something about that magazine. I don't know why, but like 80% of them were messing up the magazine release somehow on the inside. So if you buy that Pro Mag magazine, the extended one, you void your lifetime warranty with this gun. And to me, that is really just not worth it. A lot of people have issues with that it only carries 10 rounds being a carbine. And it's just not a problem, I don't think, necessarily. I mean, yeah, you're not going to have to, massive quantities of bullets coming out of there at any given time. But they make little like clips that go here and here, and I forget what they're called, but they make little clips that hold extra magazines. So you could have one here, and then, I don't know, maybe attach one to your belt or rig up some sort of design where you can carry extra magazines. So essentially you can have 30 rounds right there. And if you're using a carbine for a self-defense scenario, you probably aren't going to need too much more than 30 rounds. And that, in the extent of a good guy, bad guy scenario, like a truck gun. If you were in a scenario of the zombie apocalypse, obviously you're going to need a higher capacity magazine. But for this instances and for what this gun is, a fun gun, a $250 zombie fun gun, whatever you want to go out with your buddies and plink around and have zero recoil, this is it. I mean, this is a really, really fun gun to shoot. I mean, there's other ones out there, but not for this price range. Another thing that people seem to complain about with this is the stock. So I don't know if you can tell based on how it looks, but that plastic stock starts up there, comes underneath, and this is all one piece. So it's not really removable. It's kind of stuck where it is. They have this steel piece that kind of sets inside of it, just like maybe like a hunting rifle, but this one is a little bit more technically designed, and it's a lot harder to get out of that. They had a couple of aftermarket stocks for this gun, and I think their hints discontinued just because they were having so many issues, and High Point was not about you taking this gun apart. Once you took it apart and you put it into that Pro Mag stock or ATI or whoever it was, it made it look like a Beretta PX4 Storm, and it was something about it that was messing up the gun. But if you get that, I'm pretty certain that voids your warranty as well. So basically, you're stuck with it as is. You're not going to really get a lot of chances to switch it up or customize it. You could always put a grip on the fore end there, or you could change these sights and put like a red dot thing on there. It'll slide right on there. It'll be no issue. Kind of cool looking, whatever. This is not designed to be the ultimate defense gun, in my opinion. This gun is designed for fun. Maybe a truck gun, maybe just, going out and messing around. That's really what the overall purpose of this thing is. So as far as it's concerned, just keep it. If you're going to spend $250 on it, keep it as is. You don't really need to doctor this thing up unless you're going to put little minor accessories, like I was saying, like a hand, a foregrip or something like that. Those are things that you could, do. Now, this thing that I have recently come into an issue with is there has, at least when I first got it, there was a last round fired slide lock. So once you fired that last round out, the chamber remained open. For some reason, I can't get it to do it right now, and I'm not really sure why. If I try to do it, if I try to rack the slide and let it go with the magazine in there, it doesn't want to lock back, and I'm not really sure why. That's probably operator error, to be honest. But for some reason, I can't get that thing to lock back. It doesn't impede the firing of the gun whatsoever, but it's not working the way it was when I initially got it. So as far as that's concerned, it's whatever. It's really not an issue. $250 gun, like I was saying, not a big deal. Now you want to know, it's kind of stupid, but the biggest issue I've had with this gun thus far is this thing right here, this spring system. I guess this is designed to be like a recoil system of some kind, even though it's 9mm and it doesn't really pack much of a recoil. This kind of helps cushion some of that, so it's almost like shooting a 22. There's almost no recoil with this. Now the one thing I noticed with it when I was shooting it, and I put my chin and my cheek right around in here somewhere, and I can't tell where it's happening, whether it's happening in this thin groove here or if it's happening back here with the spring plate. But my beard keeps getting caught in it. Every time I fire, I don't know where it's coming from, but something down here in this general vicinity is yanking on my beard, pulling hairs out. And I don't know what that's about. You know, laugh it up all you want. I did. But it's pulling my hairs, and I don't know why. It hurts my face every time I pull the trigger for some reason. So maybe it's, you know, me shooting it too close. I understand that this is kind of a cheek rest right here, but I shoot a little bit farther back. I like to have a kind of a bigger sight picture when I'm looking down that scope. So if you have a beard, that's something that you might want to think about. Not that it would deter me from buying the gun again. I absolutely love this gun for what it is, but I definitely have had a couple of hairs yanked out back here by this thing. So I'm not sure what that is. If you guys have the same experiences, again, feel free to comment. I don't really know what it is, but it definitely was uncomfortable when I was shooting it. Now, the one thing that it took me a little getting used to, because I did not sight this in when I initially bought it, is you can hit probably out to 75 to 100 yards with iron sights with this thing, and pretty good sized groups too. Like, I was not having too much of an issue once I got it sighted in. Now obviously I didn't get that on camera because you're not seeing it in the video, but I was hitting at about 75 to 100 yards. So this thing is a fairly reliable gun as far as, you know, distance is concerned. With just iron sights, you don't need to have any kind of super crazy tactical scope on it to be able to do work with it. But, you know, for being what it is, this is a nice gun. I mean, $250, and they make a couple other models where you can get more stuff to it. They have some with a weird, really weird looking laser on the bottom. I do not have that model. I just got the regular basic one. But as far as I'm concerned with this gun, I am just so happy with it. And it's an American-made gun. Look at that. Mansfield, Ohio. I'm digging it. I really am. So I'm not really going to have a problem with this thing. I'm probably going to sell it just because I like to, you know, get a gun, use it, make a video, and then kind of pass it along to the next guy and continue moving forward, making other videos. But reliability-wise, I did not have one failure to fire or a failure to eject. This thing was 100% reliable, and I was only using cheap Russian steel case ammo. So I had no problems with this thing whatsoever, and I am a huge, huge fan of High Point right now. Just because of that. Even though they're dorky looking, even though they're heavy and clunky, it's not really a problem because this is just a $250 fun gun. That's really all it is. You can't even get a PlayStation for that much. I mean, this is definitely worth it. And you're gonna have years and years of fun with this. That warranty, yes, do it, make it happen. If you're gonna buy a first gun or you want something that is a little less than an AR-15, which are running anywhere from $500 to, you know, $1,600, this is it. You can have a cool little tactical looking gun for relatively low cost, inexpensive, and then you could count yourself as almost prepared with this. So if you had nothing else but this gun, you would be, I think you'd be in really good shape, because this kind of covers a lot of different areas. It covers the pistol caliber, so you have that. It covers a distance rifle because it has a longer 16-inch barrel, so you can kind of reach out and do some work with that if need be. And I mean, it's cheap and inexpensive. So if you only were to have this gun, or if it was like a first gun purchase kind of thing, you would be doing pretty well just by having this one by yourself. This is a really nice like home defense gun or something like that. So definitely give it some consideration because I am digging it. This is, didn't even take the stickers off. Digging it. Go check them out. hit that like button, guys, and leave me a comment, because if you hit that like button and leave a comment, you will be entered to win that $10 Amazon gift card from the second round of the giveaway. So make sure that you partake in this, because you don't want to miss out. It's free money. Why not? Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Making more videos. Let's see. All right, now to the fun part. All right, so I did the math on this, and I counted all the stuff down, and there are 40 comments on the EDC video, so 40 comments total. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to random.org, and what that is you just put in a simple number right here. 1 is the minimum, and 40 is the amount of comments that we got. So let's generate a number. I'm going to press that button, and it's going to tell me which comment wins the $10 Amazon gift card from round 1. Let's find out. Number 10. All right, so number 10 wins it. Let's see who number 10 is on the comments. All right, so we're starting up here at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, number 10. So that is Brandon Thomas. Or Brandon Thomas. Well, that's a weird way of spelling it. Brandon Thomas, you have won the $10 Amazon gift card. So make sure to send me an email at operationmdr@gmail.com. Send me an email and we will get this sent out to you. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.